Marcus Thompson, a Navy SEAL and my ally, was grilling in his backyard when Karen Miller, HOA tyrant, stormed his porch, demanding he leave this property because he didn't belong in her community. When he refused, she called 911, claiming a trespasser at his own home. Her call was a Molotov cocktail aimed at torching his peace. Karen, who'd called 911 on my gym, dumped trash in my field, and fell my tree, had no idea Marcus's security cameras caught her tirade. I was Sarah, the 20-year-old farmer, Meadowmart owner, conservationist, SWAT trainer, tech founder, federal health inspector, sharpshooter, Marine, county sheriff, 911 dispatcher, retired federal judge, police chief, homeland security agent, developer who built Crescent Meadows, designer of its security system, and owner of the lake, dock, and HOA. Her 911 stunt wasn't just racist, it was felony harassment, and we were about to unleash an unbelievable counterstrike. Marcus stood firm, phone filming, as neighbors pinged by my security app gathered, enraged. This wasn't just a call, it was Karen's most despicable assault, blind to Marcus's deeds and my authority. My heart thundered, but a cunning grin emerged. She thought she could evict Marcus? We were about to turn her 911 call into a viral reckoning, with our community as the jury. What unfolded wasn't just defending Marcus's home. It was a masterclass in justice, community power, and comedic takedown that left Karen cuffed, her HOA obliterated, and Crescent Meadows cheering. Marcus's house wasn't just his, it was her downfall, and our unity was the verdict. Karen's call was her vilest mistake, and our response was about to blow minds. Crescent Meadows was a vibrant suburb, its sunlit fields, bustling markets, and my Meadowmart Cafe, a fierce stand against Karen Miller's HOA tyranny. Once choked by rules on suspicious residents and unverified homeowners, it now thrived, with Marcus Thompson's lakefront home, a community hub, at its heart. His property, deeded and private, was HOA exempt, wired with my Crescent Code security system, cameras and sensors I designed. I'm Sarah, the 20-year-old farmer, conservationist, SWAT trainer, Meadowmart owner, tech founder of Crescent Code, federal health inspector, sharpshooter, Marine, county sheriff, 911 dispatcher, retired federal judge, police chief, homeland security agent, developer who built Crescent Meadows, designer of its security system, and owner of the lake, dock, and HOA, with a fictional ageless fire. I'd crushed Karen 70 times, buying Meadowmart after a farm stand ban, exposing her assault on Lily, stopping her fishing derby, evicting her fishing club, jailing fake HOA cops, rallying for a pilot's defiance, retrieving my tow tractor, shutting down her cop call on my fence, backing Ibrahim Traore, ejecting her security patrol, protecting the Thompsons, winning court for my wrecked car, defending my mom's cold stand, exposing her 911 call on Senator Ellison, grounding her airline, stunt, nailing her bank meddling, restoring my water pipe, towing her SUV, saving my mom's nurse, rescuing Emma from her kidnapping, saving Liam from her brick attack, foiling her field grab, scaring her with my bear, Bruno, defending Emma's wheelchair, stopping her 911 call on my ranch, saving Mac from her clippers, voiding her lake fine, saving my pool party, recovering my stolen truck, foiling her power theft, stopping her sewage-powered lights, disarming her fake cop, rebuilding my sister's bridge, proving I owned her mortgage, stopping her assault on my wife, Alex, ejecting her trespassing officers, shutting off her pipeline, proving my Lamborghini legit, turning my lawn into an obstacle course, outshooting the FBI, stopping her fake cop arrest, handling her 911 abuse, rescuing my kids from her kidnapping, towing her Mustangs from my garage, trapping her at her gate, burying her porch in mulch, spiking her SUV on my lawn, closing her trails for my hunting, proving I built the suburb, jailing her for hitting Max, rebuilding the Thompsons' house, turning her trails into my hunting ground, catching her spying on my yard, suspending her board for burning my boat, nailing her for her 911 call on my rain tanks, foiling her eviction over my cabin, burying her in pennies for her fines, towing her car for blocking my driveway, reclaiming my cabin after her sale, sinking her cop's truck with Grandpa's tractor, evicting her fishing club with Marcus, arresting her for breaking into my garage, busting her 911 call on my pool, stopping her fake cop arrest, seizing her HOA with my deed clause, crushing her motorbike ban, locking her pool access, charging her for felling my tree, returning her trash with interest, and nailing her for my gym's 911 call. My sheriff powers and community loyalty were my latest weapons. Marcus Thompson, early 40s, was a Navy SEAL, lake owner, and Crescent Meadows pillar, his quiet strength a beacon. A black man targeted by Karen's bias. He'd fought alongside me, his home a symbol of resilience. Karen Miller, mid-50s, was a desperate bully, her clipboard a flimsy prop. Exiled, jailed, and bankrupted, she called 911 on Marcus. Unaware it was felony harassment, his deed was ironclad, and cameras rolled. Her scheme, backed by a fading HOA remnant, relied on racist trespasser lies, blind to our evidence. Key allies included Alex, my Delta Force operative wife, Mia, my nurse sister, Jake, my Marine brother, Vince, Iron Riders biker leader, Ellen, my sharpshooter mom, Tom, my biologist friend, Linda, the councilwoman, Lily, my waitress-turned-leader, Grandpa Joe, our tractor-driving patriarch, and Deputy Harris, my SWAT deputy. Agent Laura Chun, my FBI contact, was ready to escalate. The Crescent Meadows Forum, our digital hub, would amplify the fight. The setting was a warm June evening in 2025 at Marcus's lakefront home, where Karen's 911 call rang out and his cameras recorded. Neighbors, alerted by my app, gathered in fury. Karen's call was a crime, and her ignorance of Marcus's status was her fatal error. This wasn't just about a house. It was Karen's assault on our community. For us, it was a chance to defend Marcus, expose her bigotry, and unite Crescent Meadows. As Marcus filmed, we knew this fight would echo our victories and blaze with our spirit. Karen's 911 call was a vile crime. "Trespasser at 42 Lakeview," she told dispatch, lying that Marcus didn't own his home. Marcus filmed, voice steady. "This is my house, Karen. Your call's a crime." His cameras caught her on his porch. I radioed Harris, who growled, "Felony harassment and false reporting? She's toast." Ellen texted Marcus's deed, saying Karen's sunk. Linda vowed to bring county officials, noting calling 911 on a SEAL's home? Jail. I called Chun, who snapped, "This is FBI-level racial harassment." Neighbors swarmed, filming Karen's rant. My forum post exploded. Karen called 911 on Marcus's own house. We're shutting her down. Hashtags Karen versus Marcus and hashtag Justice for Marcus trended, hitting 220 million views. Jake livestreamed from Meadowmart, showing Marcus's footage and deed. Crescent Meadows stands with Marcus, he said, hitting 225 million views. Lily handed out flyers about property laws, explaining Marcus owns his home. Karen's a liar. Karen's HOA cronies, a duo with signs, verify residence. Try to back her, but neighbors drown them out, chanting Marcus's home. Mia shared Marcus's SEAL credentials, proving his clout. Marcus shared his clip. Karen's 911 calls a sham. I'm fighting back. The video hit 3.2 billion views. I arrived, saying, she targeted me too. We're charging her. My sheriff badge rattled the cronies. Harris's SWAT team and Chin's FBI unit arrived, reviewing the 911 log. Clear false report, Chun said, noting racial bias. I flashed my sheriff badge, live streaming. Karen called 911 on Marcus's home. She's facing felony charges. The stream hit 16 billion views, with news vans circling. Comments flooded. Marcus is a hero. Karen's done. Linda arrived with a federal prosecutor, announcing Karen's call is felony harassment. The crowd chanted justice. Justice, as the cronies fled. The FBI found Karen at her condo, clutching a fake resident rule. Harris cuffed her, as I filed charges for harassment and false reporting. Karen rambled, he doesn't belong, but Chun held up Marcus's deed and footage. You're under federal arrest, she said. The forum planned a home-free day at Marcus's lake with music and rallies. Karen's lie about trespassing collapsed. Marcus's deed was solid. The stage was set, not just to defend Marcus, but to crush her reign and rally Crescent Meadows around her justice. Her call was her end, and our counterstrike was our victory. Marcus's home was a fortress of justice. Karen stood cuffed at her condo, trembling, as Harris and Chun reviewed her fake rule. Marcus's lawn buzzed with neighbors, ready to rally. The live stream hit 17 billion views, with hashtag Karen versus Marcus and hashtag Justice for Marcus trending globally. Neighbors packed his yard, waving signs. Marcus's home. No HOA lies. News crews broadcast live. Anchors calling it a SEAL's home versus HOA racism. The air roared, and we were ready to bury Karen's scheme. Tom addressed the crowd, voice steady. Marcus's home is private, HOA exempt, and deeded. Karen's 911 call is a federal felony. He showed Marcus's footage and deed, proving her crime. Neighbors cheered, sharing the clips online. Ellen handed out flyers, saying, Marcus is a SEAL. Karen targeted him. The forum surged. Karen's a bigot. Marcus is our hero. A viral tweet read, HOA Karen calls 911 on black man's own home. Faces felony. Hashtag Justice for Marcus. Karen yelled, It's our community. But Chun held up Marcus's footage, stating, You committed felony harassment and false reporting with racial bias. Her face crumpled. She hadn't known his cameras. Civil rights groups joined X, posting, Karen's attack on Marcus is a disgrace. Support Crescent Meadows. The Change.org petition, Justice for Marcus's home, hit 225 million signatures with comments like Marcus is a legend and Karen's done. Linda spoke to reporters, voice firm. Marcus's leadership and home are our pride. Karen's bigotry threatens us all. She announced a council motion to fine the HOA $4.1 million and dissolve it. The crowd roared, chanting home free. The HOA, gutted by scandals, leaked texts disavowing Karen. She's rogue. Neighbors guarded Marcus's home as Vince's biker crew patrolled the lake. I grabbed the megaphone, heart pounding. Karen called 911 on Marcus's own house, but I'm sheriff. I own the HOA, and we're charging her. I proposed a home-free day at Marcus's lake with rallies, music, and a fundraiser for civil rights, inviting all. The crowd cheered, volunteering to host. Marcus shared online. Karen's call failed. Join us for Home Free Day. The live stream hit 18 billion views, with hashtag Home Free Day trending. Comments flooded. Marcus is unstoppable. Karen sunk. Karen made a last stand, yelling at Chun, I'm in charge. But Rachel, my attorney, arrived with a federal indictment. You're charged with harassment, false reporting, and bias crimes, she said, as Harris tightened her cuffs. The crowd parted, phones filming her walk to the FBI van. Jake's stream hit 34 billion views, with comments like, Bye, Karen. Home wins. News ran headlines. Navy SEAL defeats HOA Karen's 911 call with community power. Lily organized kids to paint home free signs, while Tom tied it to the lake, saying, Marcus protects our unity. Harris secured Marcus's home, and neighbors cheered as charges locked in. Chun verified Marcus's deed, and Linda promised county funding for a Crescent Unity sign, marking his home status. The stage was set for a victory that would defend Marcus, end Karen's reign, and show Crescent Meadows' power. Karen was cuffed, but our unbelievable response would shock everyone. The federal courthouse roared with justice as Karen faced trial. Marcus's home a beacon of resilience. The live stream hit 35 billion views, with hashtag Karen versus Marcus and hashtag Justice for Marcus trending worldwide. Neighbors packed the gallery, waving home free signs as news crews filmed. I stood in my sheriff uniform, Marcus in his SEAL gear. Our roles now a verdict, our evidence our blade, ready to bury Karen. Judge Rivera, a federal veteran, called order. Ms. Miller, you're charged with harassment, false reporting, and bias crimes, he said. Rachel presented Marcus's footage, showing Karen's 911 call. The plaintiff is a Navy SEAL and homeowner, she said. The gallery cheered, phones filming for the forum, where comments surged. Karen's done. Marcus is our hero. Chen testified, voice sharp. Karen's 911 call violated federal laws with racial bias, targeting a private home. She showed the call log, sparking gasps. Linda announced the council's $4.1 million HOA fine and dissolution. The crowd chanted home, home, as kids waved painted houses, symbols of our win. Tom showed Marcus's deed and my sheriff logs, proving her crime. Marcus's stand crushed her, he said, sparking applause. I unveiled a Crescent Unity signed sketch, county-backed, to mark Marcus's home. This home's his, and Karen's guilty, I said, sharing it online, a shield under a federal seal. The forum erupted. Perfect. Marcus's legacy. Rivera reviewed the evidence, footage, deed, log, calling it irrefutable. Karen, pleading not guilty, claimed it's HOA policy. But Rachel played her call, exposing her lies. Rivera ruled, guilty on all counts. 12 years for Miller, $5.4 million in damages to Thompson, and HOA dissolution. The gallery roared as Karen slumped, broken. Our digital dossier, footage, deed, indictments, was handed to the press, ensuring conviction. News ran it live. Navy SEAL defeats HOA Karen's 911 call with community power. The crowd surged, music blaring, as Home Free Day plans took shape. Marcus took the mic, voice strong. My home is our pride, he said. Neighbors hugged him, guarding his lake in solidarity. This wasn't just Karen's defeat. It was Crescent Meadows' triumph, proof our community could outshine bigotry. As Marcus's home stood tall, justice prevailed. Karen's conviction was Crescent Meadows' victory. News ran headlines like, Navy SEAL defeats HOA Karen's 911 call, and Marcus's Unity triumphs. The livestream hit 38 billion views, with hashtag Justice for Marcus trending for weeks. Fan art of the Unity sign as a justice symbol flooded the forum, and civil rights groups invited Marcus to speak. Talk shows called, but he stayed grounded, saying this is about our community. Home Free Day was a sensation. Thousands joined, neighbors, kids, Harris's team, grilling at Marcus's lake, dancing, and unveiling the Crescent Unity sign. Meadowmark catered, and Tom led eco talks, tying the lake to our bond. The event raised $19 million for civil rights, and state leaders hailed it as a model. The forum buzzed with photos. Marcus's home shines. No more Karens. The HOA was eradicated. Linda's vote fined at $4.1 million and dissolved it, with new laws banning bias crimes. Karen got 12 years, was banned from Crescent Meadows, and vanished to a prison cell, reportedly arguing over rules. Don't Call Like Karen became a local joke, painted on fences. Marcus's home became a tourist draw, with visitors snapping Unity selfies. Meadow Mart and Marcus's lake events soared, the cafe hosting Unity nights with music and justice talks. Tourists flocked to Marcus's home, boosting sales. Neighbors brought gifts, mini shields, seal patches, saying his fight inspired them. Tom's data showed the lake thriving, celebrated at a community feast. The digital dossier, footage, deed, verdicts was studied for civil rights laws, influencing policy. Lily mentored kids, painting eco signs for the lake. The forum planned a Unity Fest with rallies, music, and SWAT demos, cementing our spirit. Marcus turned Karen's call into our triumph. One post read, I hired teens to patrol the lake, giving them pride. At the fest, under a Unity Forever banner, Linda toasted, to Marcus, Sarah, Lily, and Crescent Meadows, where homes defeat tyrants. Fireworks burst, kids danced, and the lake glowed. Karen's 911 call had been a spark, but we built a legacy. Marcus's home, my ranch, and our suburb were our stronghold, proof no bully could divide our spirit. As stars shone, I knew Crescent Meadows would always stand proud, united, and unstoppable.